Hey, I'm Joel with Coreware. Welcome to episode 1 of our coreCAST, where we talk about everything POSICOM related. If you don't know what POSICOM means, it means POS and e-commerce related. So who better to tell you about point of sale and e-commerce than Coreware, the masters of it all. So today we have Ezra and Ethan with you. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves because I'm horrible in introduction. So carry it away, guys.
All right. Hi, I'm Ezra Weinstein, and I'm the CEO of Coreware. I don't know if the title means a whole lot, but it sounds cool. And I'm excited about this first coreCAST. Joel and Ethan are seasoned videographers, so I may ruin this entire cast that we're putting on, but we'll see how we do.
Yeah, I'm Ethan Perez. I'm the range development director here at Coreware. I do a little bit of everything.
Is that a self-title?
No.
Development?
No. That was given by Aaron. So he told me, you know what? This is how you're introducing yourself. So at Coreware, titles like I don't really know how much it means, but we're gonna.
So are we developing ranges now? I mean, I'm still trying to understand this title.
Let's get Aaron on the line and we'll let him explain it for me. But you know what? I think it sounded cooler, so I'm gonna roll with it.
It sounds very good, and we do know that if you have a title at Coreware, it just means you sleep less. So it's not a badge.
Right.
I mean, it is a badge of honor, but you know. So what are we talking about today? I know we've got some surprises with CoreForce, and we're also going to talk about Core Store. What are we going to kick off with, guys?
Well, I will volunteer to kick this off first. We'll leave the best for last. So I actually am going to surprise both of you because I'm going to introduce something new at Coreware, which is the Corner.
Corner?
Yep.
Is that where we go for punishment?
Well,
is this where we go when we create our own titles?
I'm actually going to introduce you guys to my personal corner.
Nice. Nice. I can't wait for that.
Right.
A guided tour.
Yeah, so
I like it.
Let's see. Now, I am going to pan my camera here. I've got a corner desk. And actually, I wanted to show everyone where the magic happens for Core Store. So all across my desk, I'm just wanted to share with everyone that I don't just sit here answering calls, bugging my staff about open tickets, but I do try to get some work done. So just looking from, I'm going to pan across over here, and you'll see all of the different equipment that I have here. It's various different point of sale equipment. I'll start from the top right here. I've got a Zebra printer. Next to that, I've actually have a Star Micronics printer. Next to that, I've got a really nice Lenovo 11-inch tablet, and we'll talk about that when we get to our other topic. We've got some really weird-looking scanner that I found on Amazon that I'm testing. Below that, I've got another Star Micronics, really nice MC3 printer, has a lot of great features to it. I've got a cash drawer here. I've got a Microsoft Surface over here that is in it's in an enclosure, and I will keep panning. If you notice, we've got our beautiful mugs here. And give us a shout out if you want a mug and you haven't received one. Give us a shout. Over here, I've got another Star Micronics. Yes, that's 3 Star Micronics printers. And I have some exciting news about Star Micronics. We've got this really odd, it's actually an Android device. It's a mobile device that we're using for some of our warehouse capabilities. We won't be talking about warehouse today. We've got a PAX A-series device. We've got a Verifone. I forget the model number. And next to that, we've got another PAX credit card reader. It's an A920. Now, I kind of forgot. I also have a little customer display over here. It's another Lenovo tablet. Next to that is our ID Tech 8300. So we've got all kinds of equipment, and this is just a small portion of the equipment that is residing in my house. Amazon and other providers are basically delivering stuff all day long. And my goal, I keep obsessing over the right hardware combination, what is the cheapest, what's the best quality. So I keep ordering stuff because at the end of the day, my goal is to really find the best combination of point of sale equipment. It's one of my missions in life. I've become obsessive over it. I've got more phone mounts than you can imagine. So if any of you guys need a magnetic phone mount, I've become an expert at those. I even have loose magnets, believe it or not, to create my own mounts. This has been my life for the last couple of months, is just playing with hardware and trying to really perfect our overall core store offering. Obviously, I do a lot of other stuff, but I wanted to share, and this is all on my corner desk. So I decided to just name it the Corner. And I figured, Corner. And I figured, exactly. And I figured that one of the nice things we can do, Joel and Ethan, is, maybe in future casts, I can talk about a specific piece of hardware and give everyone kind of an overview. And I think today, our focus is going to be specifically on the new Android app. But I figured we'd start with sharing the Corner with you.
That's where all the magic happens.
It's where all the magic happens.
That is awesome.
So I think every single time that I've met Ezra in person, he's been testing some different combination of gear. I mean, he really does want to find like the perfect setup, and he is always working on it. So if he recommends something, you can usually trust his judgment.
Right. I appreciate that.
That is right.
You have to say that.
Wait.
I mean,
Ezra's got agents in our homes right now. I'm doing what you tell me to do. Please stop pointing the gun at me. Just joking. So you said something about Android.
I did say something about Android. So we're really excited. We have finally released a new version. It's actually written from scratch. So it's a new version of our Android app. Many of you may not even know that we have an Android app, but if you are an Android user, which I know someone in this cast is not a big fan of Android, but that's okay. But we do have an Android app, a native Android app, and it's a native core store Android app. Again, it really is a wrapper, and what that means is the experience won't be very different from running the actual core store from the website, but we wrap that into a native app, and there's some really cool features, and I'll definitely want to go over some of those. But I'm thinking, just for the fun of it, because people are going to get bored of me talking the whole time, I think I'm just going to throw the ball right back at Ethan there, and I think he's got some exciting news to share.
That's a great idea. What you got for us, Ethan?
Yeah, honestly, the list of new features from this past week is probably the biggest list of new features I have ever had to document. So I'm just...
Well, you've only documented like 2 others, so okay. I don't know if that says
All right, fair enough. I've been doing it for a few weeks, but honestly, a lot of really exciting...
I'm just giving you a hard time.
A lot of really exciting stuff. Our development team has just been working super, super hard. So some of the exciting things that are now included are being able to register an event for another person. Now, this is if you're using the event registration page as opposed to the product details page, but definitely an exciting feature for those who are using that. Product listing report now includes map, which is really just helpful if you're trying to gain a better understanding of what is going on with your pricing, what all your different prices are if you want to compare. In fact, one of our clients, I'll give him a little shout out, Gary, actually wrote a fantastic Excel formula that does some price calculations, so feel free to ask me about that if that's something you're looking for. Gunbroker tax report. So one of our one of our clients and good friends brought it up to us that Gunbroker apparently cannot and apparently will not generate a sales tax report.
But they collect the tax.
Oh yeah.
That's the crazy thing. You see, you missed the first part.
So they're all happy to, take it, but God forbid you want to report on it. So we did it. Just one more reason why I think we have the single best Gunbroker integration on the market. And
hey, but shout out to Gunbroker,
Yeah.
because if you're collecting the tax, it really would make sense to have a report for your customers to know exactly what they collected.
yeah, definitely. So we actually collect that, and we break it up by state. So if you want to see that, you can go to Orders, Gunbroker, Tax Report, run it, whatever criteria you want to look at. If you run a business in Illinois, it might be useful to know that there's apparently now a flat $25 tax plus a certain percentage on firearms. So that was definitely an interesting one, but we made a way to do
Hey, I
that.
got a good one for you. I got a good one. Did you know that in Tennessee, if you sell an item that's more than $1,600, you have to pay extra tax?
Wow.
I did not know that.
We love taxes.
We
Wow.
need to get in the tax business.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right, core tax.
Okay.
No, we don't want to. We don't want to sell you our name.
Oh man.
Hey, by the way, are taxes due yet?
Are are they?
I try to knock mine out right away.
I think it got pushed off.
I got nothing.
I mean, but seriously, I have a serious question. I mean, this year, I don't think taxes are really owed, right? Because isn't the government just giving money to everyone?
I think they're just passing it
Like,
out.
if it's giving money to everyone, why does it need to collect money?
It seems
Right.
counterintuitive.
It doesn't it?
I
Well,
mean,
Yeah.
as far as the money goes, here's some good math, and I'm horrible at math, but I know this is a horrible deal. The $1,400 that most Americans received is costing them $14,000. So it's taking $14,000 of their taxes so that they can get that $1,400 back. That's a horrible deal. And I'm not the brightest guy in the room, but I know a bad deal when I see it.
yeah, something doesn't check out there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Anyway, we don't want to get in trouble with certain letters of the alphabet. So, what else do you have, Ethan?
Man, really a lot of kind of smaller enhancements. Easy post signature preference. You can now make it so that an adult signature is required. This might be useful if like the shipment's being sent to an FFL, for example. If you're importing a bunch of contacts, the contact import now verifies addresses. The event maintenance list view.
Hey, Ethan,
Yeah.
can you elaborate a little on that address verification? Because I think actually, one really cool feature that I don't know if our customers really know about is actually our autofill address capability, which you would think people know about. But if you think about it, our customers aren't necessarily checking out on their own websites. It's their own customers. So I totally forgot, because I think we should mention that's a huge feature, and I think you can tie that to the address checking on the contact import, because that's a pretty cool feature as well.
Yeah, it really is. We actually rolled that out not super long ago, but it's been a huge success. It's something, I mean, if I'm testing a checkout for a customer, it's something that I find to be super useful. But basically, if your customers are going to check out for an item, they're inputting their address, etc., it will actually, if you wait just like a half second after typing something, it will bring down a list of choices. You can just select your best choice. Really, honestly, a fantastic feature. And so we actually utilize that with the Contact CSV import now, just to make sure that your data is remaining accurate, that the values aren't just all over the place, that people aren't misspelling street, all sorts of crazy wacky things that I've seen just in my time helping customers manage memberships or whatever the case might be. You run into all sorts of stuff. So being able to just verify the addresses should really help your data in the long run.
Some people call that marine proofing. So I was a Marine. So if you can marine proof something, anybody can do it. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to all of our Marines out there, by the way.
They're probably sitting down to a big old dish of crayons right now.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you can also add a location in the event maintenance list view. So if you're just trying to like filter your list by the location that your events are offered, you can now do that as well. To do that, of course, you go to Actions, Preferences, and then just kind of drag over the options that you want. You can kind of... actually, a lot of people don't know about that. In most CoreForce back pages, there's an Actions button in the top right corner. And if you click on that, it brings a drop-down. And the first option is usually Preferences. And a lot of people don't know that you can actually kind of customize what your column headers are going to be on any particular page. So for event maintenance or product maintenance or contacts or users, and you're just trying to sort by a huge list, you have a lot of customizability, and definitely recommend checking that out if you're not already utilizing that. But yeah, just taking a look and seeing what options are there. Honestly, a lot of minor code, just structural enhancements. So not necessarily always things that you'll notice as far as a usability standpoint, but things that will definitely speed the overall usage of certain functions. So we've made some improvements to the orders dashboard, order shipments, easy post integration, setting certain client preferences, made some APIs a little bit more efficient. Yeah.
Cool.
So you guys can see if you notice, if you're a customer of ours, you'll notice that you'll receive the what's new if you've subscribed to it. If not, when you log into your page there, you'll see what's new up top. And all of these upgrades, features, updates, everything is featured there every week. And Ezra and Ethan both put out a really great what's new pretty regularly. So be sure to check that out. I know it's kind of boring to listen to it and all that, but if it can make your life a little bit easier, it's you really ought to check it out.
Wow.
You may be missing out on some features.
Ethan, I think he just called you a big bore.
Basically. I'm joking. No, as long as somebody else is talking and I'm not, we're good. Because when I'm talking, we're really close to coming off the rails.
I think that's my cue to pass it on to Joel.
Oh, here we go. Hey, how about let's go off topic a little bit, since I'm the guy that's trying to always have fun and inject a little bit of humor and
Oh boy.
I don't know, good feelings. What do you guys think about Disclosure?
Is that a movie?
Disclosure.
Yeah. Disclosure?
You guys don't know what Disclosure is? People have been pushing for Disclosure for decades. UFOs,
are we talking...
man. UFOs.
Oh,
are
aliens.
they real? Are they coming? Are they going to be here?
I love aliens. There is no doubt in my mind that 2021 will not end without the introduction to aliens.
I mean, is it possible they've already been introduced? I mean, there's been a lot of Navy photographs out there of pilots. I mean...
There's some really awesome
it's been acknowledged
footage
by the Pentagon. I mean, there's no question. I'm just saying that by end of 2021, it will officially, the news will be out.
I think it
they've
has
been prepping
to
us.
top 2020. I mean, I think aliens is the only thing that will top 2020.
I mean, the past Israeli defense minister did whistleblow the what was it, the alien conglomerate, and they're wanting the Earth to partake in this galactic government, but apparently we're just not there yet, according to this past Israeli defense minister.
I find
All
that
right, hold on a second. That guy is truly nuts. So
I find it odd how when certain things may be about to happen, we'll have these things pop up in the headlines. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard Ghislaine Maxwell. She's been her trial has been pushed to the fall now. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on, and usually when you have weird things going on in the news, if somebody's they're doing the Kansas City shuffle. So hey, don't look right here. They're over here doing some stuff, and then I think we will see, depending on how things roll out, I think we will see some pretty fascinating things in the sky. I don't know if it's little green men or, some people are even talking about China and Russia having technology like that, which I don't see, but they very well could. I mean,
well, as the head of marketing here, I just want you to prep up because I want to be the first provider of solutions to our alien friends out there.
that's what I'm saying, man. That
Exactly.
all of you watching right now, your customer base is about to explode, and it's not just people here. It's going to be people up there that may need your wares. So this could be a great thing.
So Elon, if you're listening to this coreCAST, if you want to partner SpaceX with Coreware, you've come to the right place.
He's the range guy, so I don't think he can make those calls. The other guy sitting here could, but I don't think the range guy should be throwing us out there like that. But and we don't even know if aliens are like capitalists. What if they're communist or something? I don't know.
We need to teach them the right way.
We could. With the 1911. No, I'm joking.
Right.
I'm joking.
Right.
I would not shoot an alien on purpose. All right.
Well, it's going to
Unless he was trying to attack.
It is going to be an interesting year for
It
sure.
really is. So what else do we have?
Yeah. Well, I think we have a couple of more exciting things. So let me talk a little more about CoreStore and the new Android version. And let me actually, I'm going to try to zoom in here with my camera. I am not very experienced at any of this, so bear with me here. All right, so I am now, hopefully you all can see, I've got a couple of tablets here. One is acting as the point of sale, and one's acting as actually the customer display. So first of all, just to let everyone know, I've been obsessing over customer displays. If you read the What's New, I think for the last 2 or 3 What's News, we've been enhancing this customer display. I still have more plans to enhance it. And I really recommend for any retailer to set up a customer display. What you're looking at is a Lenovo, it's an Android tablet, brand new. It's the Lenovo M8. And Joel, if maybe you can make sure to drop a link on the video or below the video in the description. But they actually, we gave a few away in our last webinar. You can get them from Amazon, and they sell for 99 bucks. So for 99 bucks, you can actually have this beautiful customer display. And what is a customer display? It's basically, it lets your customer see what's going on with a transaction. We see it all the time when we go buy groceries. You don't see it as much in retail, but quite a few retailers are starting to have a customer-facing screen. It used to be the old green screen with 2 lines on it. I remember programming those. They were a pain. But these days, you can have this beautifully designed customer-facing display. I actually have a welcome message to the customer. It can show their loyalty points if you're using our loyalty point program. And some of you might say, Ezra, what loyalty point program? Well, we probably need to do a video on the different loyalty point programs that we have across our products. But then it will also show, obviously, what items I'm bringing up. Now, one thing I mentioned, with this customer display, which is a $99 tablet, let me see if I can pull it off here, and it's kind of caught up in some wires. But Wow, that's making a whole lot of noise. So in this customer display, I actually, one thing to point out is this is one of the phone little holders that I bought from Amazon. It's a magnetic one because, again, I'm kind of obsessed. I don't like the tablet, that sit within, one of these stands where you can see the little prongs coming out, or sometimes they block the screen. If you notice, I also have the tablet in vertical orientation. I think it looks a whole lot better, but it's completely up to you. I don't really have a good logo here, but actually if you had your logo within the system, it would actually show the logo. So this little stand here I got from Amazon, and I think it was 15 bucks. I actually have a few of these. So give us a shout out if you want us to ship you one. No extra charge. All right, so we have here our customer display. And let me go back and kind of position it back by, and I think I just hit something, so let me go back to it. And then over here, so I've got actually, I mentioned before, it's a Lenovo 11-inch tablet. And again, an 11-inch tablet, typically you'll find an iPad Pro, a Samsung Tab. They come in either 11 or 12 inches, but you're typically talking about minimum $700 to over $1,000 for a tablet. Lenovo just came out with this tablet, and it is actually priced at $399. And no, I don't work for Lenovo. We do not resell Lenovo. I'm just obsessed with finding good technology at good prices. So it's a really nice setup. Again, a lot of people prefer running CoreStore on a PC or on a Mac because of the larger screen. You can get an all-in-one. But I just wanted to point that out. Now, in CoreStore, to get CoreStore for Android, it's a free app on Google Play. Once you install it, you'll see when you run it, it will ask you for your URL, which is whatever company name .corestore.shop. And that basically that will get you going. But I wanted to point out, we've got a whole new toolbar for the mobile, and there's really just a few buttons, and I'll just really quickly point them out. So we've got the home button that takes you back home. We've got a back button. We've got this really awesome button that actually looks like a QR code. And yes, Joel, I know you love QR codes. So that's our QR code. So that's just a scanner. So if your tablet has a camera, which most of them do, you can actually use your tablet to scan items without having a separate scanner. So that is an option. It's usually really good if you're moving around and you don't want to be holding a scanner and your tablet. We also have a print button here, and we've got the settings. And the nice thing is, in the settings, you can actually default the tablet to be in the customer display mode. So you've got a lot of options in terms of how you set up the point of sale. Once you run the point of sale, again, I'm running in a vertical mode. This actual stand, it's really cool. Watch this, guys. It actually rotates. So let me move it away so I don't hit anything. But I can actually rotate this. Bam.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah, so this is a stand. It's a Boss tablet. We may end up reselling these, just so we can get better pricing. But it's a really beautiful stand. And again, I've just been obsessing over all of this. I'll show you the back of it. It's really pretty. My challenge is actually mounting. So again, I told you guys I'm obsessed with mounts, and I've got a ton of them all over the place. I mean, literally. Here's one. I've got, this I got from Amazon, and I put a mount on a mount. So this way you can put your one tablet on one side and another tablet on the other. So I'm completely obsessed with mounts. But anyway, back to our Android device here. So you can turn that around. What the big news is prior to this, we were not able to cleanly print a receipt from Android. The big news is we can now print beautiful receipts to any one of these different Star Micronics printers. And yes, we are currently limited to the Star Micronics printers, and we may end up sticking to them. Star Micronics has an awesome array of printers at really, competitive prices. I actually did get some cheaper printers, and I was not impressed with them from other manufacturers. So Star Micronics, similar to our recommendation for label printers, we recommend the Zebra printers, and I've got a Zebra 450. A lot of times you do get what you pay for. The Zebras are awesome, and you can completely customize the labels. The same story with the Star Micronics. They work beautifully in any type of OS, meaning they'll work in a Mac, they'll work on Windows, they'll actually do work in Android, and they will work in iOS. Now, you guys may ask, well, we don't have an iOS version. Why do we care? Well, I've been saying for a long time it's coming. Well, it's absolutely coming. That's the big news. We are actually going to be testing our iOS application later this week. Joel will get his hands on it because he's our Apple user, and we will have him run some tests, and maybe he'll do a quick teaser video for all of you. So we are 100% coming out with the iOS version. It's literally being wrapped up as we speak. So that's massive news. A little more news. On the Android devices, one of the really neat features that we've now added because of the way we can connect to these printers is the cache drawer, right? So obviously right now, if you're running CoreStore, the cache drawer, if you have it attached to your printer, well, it pops open every time. I don't know, Joel, if you've ever noticed that on your site visits, or Ethan, but no matter what payment type, the drawer pops open. Now, why does this matter? Well, think about it. If a customer is using a credit card, which 80% of the time, or 90% of the time, their credit card, why is the drawer popping open? Things that make you go, Well, the drawer pops open simply because that's a limitation that we have because we're using a web-based point-of-sale solution, and we can only communicate to the printer in a specific way. So therefore, it pops open every time. And not a huge deal, but for a lot of retail environments, it is a big deal because inevitably, you actually, you don't want that drawer to open because, you don't want the clerk grabbing cash, or not that they would ever do that. But anyway, it's a lot of times a security issue. It's also a pain. It's also loud. So with the Android app, we can control that. We actually can tell the system, don't pop that drawer open if it's not a cash or check transaction. So yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it sounds minor, but it's actually a really, really good feature. So again, even if you're running, your PC as your primary register, keep in mind you can run the Android device whenever you want. If you're going to a show, if you need to have a line busting, the concept is you have multiple people in line and you want to start checking someone out and suspend the transaction, you can grab a tablet. And what I love about, again, don't get me wrong, Apple has some amazing products, but what I love about the Android ecosystem is you can really get some cheap but good quality products. I mean, these two tablets, less than $500 total, and they're amazing quality. I mean, the screen quality, everything about them. I mean, it's an amazing value, and that's why I'm a big fan of Android. Again, Apple makes magnificent products. They just released these beautiful new Imacs, and you can't beat their design. They're really cool. But that's the beauty of CoreWare. We want to be hardware agnostic. If you're an Apple lover, if you're an Android lover, if you're a PC, if you're a Chromebook lover, you can still run CoreStore on the Chromebook. So we're really excited, about the Android version. We're excited about also the iOS version coming out. And I want to really wrap up, but I want to mention one thing. What's really important, and I don't want to get too technical here, and I've been doing a lot of research on this, but currently, if some of you may not know, but we offer merchant services called CoreClear. That's part of our value proposition. We're a software company, so we're looking to provide as much value to you, the merchant, as we can. And we recently added basically being able to provide merchant services called CoreClear, and we're looking at all of these different devices. You saw them on my desk a little earlier on our corner. And unfortunately, what I'm finding is that all these fancy devices, they're dumb terminals. You know, they're these devices that have these big screens, but we have no control over them. You know, so I'm really, where I used to be a fan of them because they look so cool, I've totally really become turned off by them because they don't do much, right? I can't even control the font size in the total amount on these, what I consider these dumb terminals. And that's why we're going more towards what I call a faceless credit card reader. And I'm just pointing right now to this ID Tech 8300 as an example of them. We also have the ID Tech, it's called a 3300, which is even a smaller little square device. I'll grab one really quick. So this is basically the little ID Tech 3300. So we're looking to minimize the whole technology stack. And again, both from a cost standpoint as well as from just general functionality. We want to give you the best solution. So when you take this little device, or the 8300, which is nice because it sits on the counter, it's heavier, it doesn't move, and you attach it to a customer display, you actually have a much better solution and cheaper solution than some of these really expensive, again, dumb terminals. And that's what they end up being. And a lot of people may criticize my statement because they're like, well, Ezra, they run Android. A lot of them run Android. Yeah, but you can't do anything with them. You know, and we have no control over them. So at the end of the day, they're for you, they become a dumb terminal because they don't show any data other than what the customer owes, and they let the customer sign, you know, on the terminal. Well, you can do that on a tablet, right? And you can present a whole lot more information. So again, I encourage everyone, whether you're going to set up CoreClear or, you know, if you're just running CoreStore, you know, definitely get a tablet, set up that customer display. It will give your customers a much better experience with our software and just a much better retail experience in general.
That's awesome. It's awesome being able to, like, let's say you run a gun store, you know, a place where you do a swap meet or whatnot, to be able to carry your whole business in your pocket basically and run everything right there from your phone. That's a pretty powerful thing, and it's very 21st century as well. So that's awesome. Yeah. So what else do we have? No surprises? Nobody has any surprises?
I thought Ethan does, but he seems to be getting tired.
Hey,
Ethan,
I can keep going all night if we need to.
And he's on mountain time.
Don't complain, Ethan. Man, hey, well, I do have a little another little tidbit of off topic. I guess you guys heard that Bill and Melinda Gates are divorcing.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I did see that. 27 years.
If their divorce takes as long as it does for Windows to update, they're probably going to be married for another 27 years. So.
Ooh.
It's the first thing I thought whenever I saw that. I'm like, well, that's going to take forever if they're running anything on Windows. But anyway, I'm a fan of Windows, by the way.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. Those new M1 chips from Apple, can we just admit that those things are beautiful? I mean...
Listen, Ethan,
I'm a longtime PC user, but those things are tempting.
Yeah, and Ethan,
tempting.
did you see the new Imacs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I dig all the colors.
I kind of agree, but I still think it's genius.
It really is.
It's a huge iPad.
Yeah,
yeah,
it really is.
It's a 24-inch iPad.
Honestly, it's incredible. I'm very impressed with what they're doing.
I still have a beef with that. Why won't they add touchscreen capability?
They're just stubborn.
It just makes no sense. Oh,
I mean,
speaking of,
that's one thing on my Razr. I couldn't live without it. I could not live without the touchscreen.
We can.
Well, you got to have something to hold your papers down.
You know, we can keep talking about this, but listen, shout out to Tile, because they're going to be gone within a few days.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think they will. I think they're going to be all right. They're going down, but it's not going to be as bad as people say. There's not that many sheep that are just going to go out and buy AirTags because they're AirTags. Tile works fine.
Oh, really, Joel? How many have you ordered? Come on, be honest.
No, I've got 2 tiles that are fine, man. See, I thought they were going to be... I know that they have the little directional thing because of the new chip, so it actually points in the direction where the deal is, but I thought they were going to have like some AR, like little balloons popping up, where when you get close, the balloon gets bigger. I mean, that's how they were built the past, 2 years that they've been talking about it, but it's just a device tracker, a tracker device. Well, it's not that big of a deal. But man, I'm telling you, you want to see some religious people, watch when, WWDC's coming up, so watch when they start announcing new MacBooks.
Is that the wrestling match?
Yeah, it could be. Where Apple body slams all the other, computer makers.
Hey,
I'm just waiting for the sparks to fly out.
So Joel, I think we've given Ethan enough time. So Ethan, what's the big news?
The big news.
Wow.
You're fired.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Crickets.
You should have emphasized the big news.
Okay. Let's try it again. Ethan,
Okay.
So it's your boss's fault. That's
news?
smart.
The big news. The thing you guys have all been asking for. You guys have all been waiting for. Even if you didn't know you were waiting for it, you were waiting for it. SMS support. It's finally here. We finally have it. We actually now integrate with Twilio. I mean, to be completely serious, times are changing. People are on their cellular devices
all the
so
time.
Much more
Absolutely.
than their desktops, even than their sweet M1 iPads. One of our customers actually found that 75% of their website traffic was coming from cellular devices. So now, more than ever, it is crucial that we are reaching our customers in the forms that they're most likely to receive our updates. So there's honestly super simple to set this up. All you have to do is set up a Twilio account. You'll just go to your order setup, put in the required information. There's only like 3 things. We will have an article on our knowledge base. Actually, it's already
Ethan,
up.
and I was going to suggest because we had CoreStore has had SMS in it for a few months now, and we did get a little feedback where a couple of customers found the Twilio setup to be a little difficult. So I'm thinking we should put a quick little tutorial. I want to just digress a little and talk about Twilio. So Twilio as a platform is actually what many other companies use, and it's behind the scenes. So Twilio happens to be this massive SMS platform. You basically can't do a direct SMS for many technical reasons. There are ways to do it, but at the end of the day, you really need to use an SMS platform tool. Twilio is the largest SMS platform tool, and therefore it really does have probably the most competitive pricing. We could have wrapped it up and taken a piece and done all of that, but for us, it's just simpler. Just giving you the power and saying, look, just go sign up, just like we do with EasyPost. Go sign up to an EasyPost account. It's the same concept. Just go sign up to a Twilio account. You basically request a phone number, where all the SMS messages come from, and you've got to verify that. And there's a couple of steps, but I promise it's not that difficult. And once you get that part set up, the rest of it is just really beautifully, elegantly done in CoreForce. I was extremely pleased with the implementation. I've been asking my business partner, Kim, for SMS support since he was a vendor. I was his customer. So it's been a long time coming. But the way it was implemented, and Kim's he always never ceases to amaze me because he implemented it really elegantly, and it's completely interlaced in the entire system. So literally anything that comes out as an email notification can be sent as a text, and you can customize the text because you don't want your email notification to show up as a text message. If you think about it, typically emails are pretty long, they're lengthy, they're formatted with HTML, which does not work in SMS. So you've got a really simple screen where you can set all of that up. And sorry, Ethan, I probably stole all your thunder.
No, you're good.
But I'm excited about it. And you can even remember.
Hey, so real quick, for those that may not have a complete understanding, can you give me like one practical example of an SMS being sent out? Like how would our customers use that service?
I'll give you the most requested one, which is our customers receive continuous calls saying, did my order ship out? Did my order ship out? Did my order ship out? I mean, that's probably their number one request. So an example of a text message SMS is when you actually create your shipping label in EasyPost in the order dashboard, it will send a text message to the customer with the tracking information.
Gotcha. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, really exciting. I don't know how much else there is to say about it. It's honestly just really, really exciting.
Yeah, and just to tell everyone, I'm sure you're wondering, well, what does it cost? So Twilio, don't quote me, but it's a sub-penny price per text message.
Oh, that's
so
nothing.
it's literally nothing. If you think about it, you're not going to. You can do marketing with it, but not through CoreForce. You'd use Zayas typically for that. And they have different pricing models for texting, but from our standpoint, from CoreForce and communicating to your customers, you probably won't accumulate that many text messages a month. So we're literally talking about pennies or a few dollars a month, and it gives you just a tremendous way to communicate, with your customers. Another great example is you can enable text messaging for their wish list. So when an item comes into stock, they get a text message.
That's really big.
It's huge, but it's also dangerous, right? So I always caution, and you can control. So in other words, first of all, you can specify, each customer whether or not they receive a text, because some customers may opt out, right? So you've got control of that. But you also specify in a granular level, what notifications am I sending text on? So to give you a specific example, why you may want to think about the wish list. If you're in a business that has a scarcity of items and you have 100 customers, right, all vying for, I don't know, some item like this.
Oh, you don't be showing that to people.
I know.
My goodness, ammo.
Yeah, ammo. Ammo's a scarce item these days.
It is.
Yeah, and there is ammo in the box.
I'm gonna see if I can find a plane ticket real fast.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd give it to you. Well, I guess depending on the price. So the problem with this is if you receive one case of 9mm, right, tomorrow, and you have 100 customers that have this on their wish list,
right,
you're going to piss off 99 of your 100 customers. Now, maybe this is a request, Ethan, that we need to think about, which is maybe we need to limit notifications of wish lists to a certain percentage when you have a limited amount of inventory. But that's a whole other discussion and a whole other feature request. But right now, just so everyone understands, if you receive one case of ammo and you have 100 customers that are asking for it, you're texting 100 customers, and one of them is going to be super happy with you. But 99 of them, they're going to hate you. especially when it happens more than once, right? Which inevitably it will. So, you know, our best advice is think it through. I think that's with everything, with every feature that we introduce. A lot of features are exciting, but think it through. You know, it's some features may work for your business, some features may not.
Yeah, we're always thinking of new feature requests, even internally. So
absolutely, but yeah, text messaging is awesome.
Very exciting.
Awesome. What else do we have? Anything else? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, we completely blew the time schedule that you set for us. So either, Joel, you're going to end up editing the shit out of this thing, or
there will be quite a bit of editing.
I'll help out with
timestamps.
timestamps.
My camera stopped recording. Canon has a 30-minute limit, and it stopped, and I looked up, and I'm like, oh my god.
No, it didn't.
How long has it been off? Yeah. So, but you were talking, so I'm not going to be in there anyway. But I am here, so hey.
So according to my camera, we've been going on for 51 minutes. So is this like horrible, Joel?
No, because I'll cut some out, but it's still probably going to be around 40-something minutes. But it doesn't matter. We can timestamp stuff if they want to hear about, you know, SMS. Okay. I can timestamp it, and you know, if they want some humor and some UFO talk, I can timestamp it.
Yeah, or if you want to cut some of that out, I don't know. Totally up to you. I mean,
we'll see how it feels.
I don't care. I thought it was hysterical.
It adds character.
I don't really care. I think the people will get a kick out of it. Maybe. Hey, if they stuck around this long, thank you for sticking around this long. We know that a lot of this can be dry, but it's very, very exciting when you implement it in your store and you make your life a lot easier, so you can get out at 5 o'clock. You know, instead of, you know, doing all these menial tasks. We try to really automate as much as we can and make your life as easy as possible. So, and we appreciate you joining us for episode 1 of coreCAST. And I'm sure there's going to be more episodes. We're finding our way here. We just want a better way of kind of making my idea. And this is I'm on the coattails of Ethan and Ezra, but my idea was to let's take these what's news and, you know, kind of bring them alive a little bit, just talk to you about them. So, you know, you jump in the shower, you can have this rolling in the background. You may hear something like, oh my gosh, SMS. I mean, that's how I live my life. I've always got something going, you know, droning on in the background. So maybe that's what this can be for you. And with that, if we don't have anything else, I guess we're going to wrap this up and call this a success, right?
I don't know. Am I fired?
Well, if you're asking that question, I think we're all good, because this was an excellent episode of coreCAST, and we can't wait to do this again. And I don't know how often we'll do this. I know that Ethan and Ezra, they both, you know, put out a What's New pretty regularly, so maybe we'll, you know, do it every week or every 2 weeks. I'm not sure. We'll just we'll go when we go. So be on the lookout. Be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe and give us some feedback.
Right. Negative, positive, whatever. Yeah. But if you really, really hate this video, pound that like button twice. No, the dislike button. I derailed. See, I told you. The more I talk, the more likely we're going to go off the rails. But yeah, if you hate our video, just pound that dislike button twice, and we'll call it a day.
Call it a day, and tune into the next video to see what job titles we have next time.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, in the description below, or in the comments below, let us know what job title you think Ethan should have after his big foul up today. So that'll be fun. And be sure to subscribe, really. Be sure to subscribe. We have webinars, which we also have a webinar coming up, Ezra, on Core Store. We have giveaways. We do all kinds of fun stuff. So be sure you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so that you can be notified whenever we put one of these masterpieces out. With that, I'm Joel with CoreWare, and everyone else.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
All right. See you guys later.